Cesar on the line. Cesar, good morning, Cesar.
Good morning, guys. An absolute honor to be on.
Likewise. And I know you're at court right now.
Oh.
Cesar's a lawyer. He's an immigration lawyer. But thank you so much for giving me the time to check in with you quickly. I also hope to bring you on tomorrow still in person. But I wanted to talk to you because I saw, people were doing like collages with the marches and stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of the collages was someone on the news saying immigrants that know their rights are making it difficult for deportation. And they almost said it like negatively, and it's like, wow, there's power in knowing your rights. Yep. And as an immigration lawyer, Cesar, do you see there's so many people that don't know, one, that they have rights within this, I guess, type of a topic or a situation, but that they can definitely use them. They can use them, and you're there to help as well, Cesar. Talk to me.
No, absolutely. I think that's funny that you say that they're upset that people know their rights. Due process of law is something that every person in this country has, no matter what your legal status is. You have your rights to be heard, to be represented, and most importantly in these kind of cases, and forgive my, excuse my French, to shut the F up. Mm-hmm. Don't give them more information than they have.
Right, yeah.
In some cases, the biggest thing is just being quiet and not giving them the information that they're looking for. The reality is if they don't have a warrant with your name spelled correctly where they're coming after you, then if you identify yourself as being undocumented, as not having lawful status, you're giving them the tools to go about this process a lot easier. Mm. And sometimes I even joke about this with some people. If you're ever identified as being undocumented and you're not, I myself want to mess with these ICE officers more than anything and waste their time, waste the resources they're expending into doing this to such hardworking people. Mm-hmm. The people who are just trying to be here and hustle. I'm the child of people who were undocumented, and the only way that they got documented was the amnesty. Yeah. This is a process that, so many of us have gone through, and so many should see firsthand. To see the fear right now on the streets are empty. People aren't going to work. People aren't living their lives like they used to. They're not helping the economy. And so it's really sad to see. But yeah, the reality is educate your loved ones. Yeah. Make sure that they know what their rights are, and make sure that they're able to take a stand, because at the end of the day, that's what happened in the civil rights movement. We all took a stand, and I think that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Cesar, I want to talk to you quickly, too, about, so here, and I'm being, I guess, for opposition's sake, because this was kind of, I guess, the hurdles that we come across when we just want to support and show love, and then we get berated with certain comebacks from people. And honestly, I'm not a lawyer. I don't claim to know be an expert in immigration. But when people say they should have came here legally, or when they say they shouldn't be illegal then, and that's kind of like the comment you get, that can shut a lot of people up that are trying to just give love. What would you say from like a law perspective? Because there are routes. However, I also know there's so many obstacles within those routes, and they almost feel like catch-22s sometimes.
Absolutely. And here's one thing. People who are here seeking asylum, that is a lawful route to enter the country. So yeah, are they documented? No, but they're in a process. And this is one thing, I think I saw the Chicago mayor mention something of this nature, and all love to my Ukrainian brothers, I do have a lot of them, but the discrimination toward the Brown brothers, toward us, that's what I'm seeing most of, where these people are coming from countries that are war-torn, that are torn up because of whether it's drug consumption in the United States and or just the economic policies that we have. They're coming here as refugees. That is a lawful way to come into the country. Right. They present themselves at the border, they request asylum, and they go through a process which is sometimes as quick as a year, but could be as lengthy as 8 years. So they are going about it in some of these ways. The other thing is there's a massive distinction between the entries. So when someone enters legally, comes on a flight from, like, say, Europe, which they have access to come here legally without even having to apply, versus coming illegally, as they'll say, through a land border, that changes people's options up so much. Because people come here for so long. People come here, and then they have lives, they get married, they have kids, But the difference is that entry differentiation, that changes the way that these people can, in fact, become legal in this country. Mm-hmm. And so, again, it's going to the same thing that the previous guest was talking about. It's these distinctions on the color, on the race, on... People have certain opportunities that are coming from other countries that are more white than when they're coming from these other countries south of the United States land border.
Yeah.
And so these differences change things. And so when they're saying, oh, come here legally, they shouldn't be illegal, they're coming here legally. Or in certain cases, there are these loopholes that are allowing these people to be here, come about, help this economy, at the same time not be able to live with dignity in life like the way every person should be.
Yeah. No, I thank you for that because, and I get what you're saying exactly. I've seen it within some friends that it's tougher for them because of the way that they came. Mm-hmm. However, other people, the whole world comes to America, right?
Yeah.
And like our guy Cesar saying, some people have to come through plane because low key there's an ocean, right? Yeah. They're saying that's a legal way to come,
because they came
good way to come.
Because they came.
They're okaying that way, but they're saying if you cross through land a certain way, then that's illegal. Which is, it can also seem like intentional because who comes through land? Yeah. But South America and Mexico, right, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just, you can see, I guess, where these things have their targeted, I guess, restrictions that make it harder for a certain demographic and a certain community and a certain countries of people. Cesar, I'm sure that has put a fire in you to become an immigration lawyer. And, you know, having my husband be the one to tell me, like, look, I was in DACA. Yeah. This person helped me. Right. To understand that help is there. I think people may not feel that they deserve it, they can have it, or it's for them. Yeah. You know, but you're here to definitely say that this is available to them as well.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many avenues that people sometimes don't know about. I mean, from being petitioned as a child or through family, and or if you've been a victim of crime, if you've gotten married. I mean, sometimes, like, I know some homies who are just literally saying, oh, I'm not going to marry my girl just so I can get my papers. I'm like, dude, don't have that pride. Yeah. Take the help when you can have it. You're lucky, because some people wish they had that. And so when I see that, I tell them, swallow that pride, man. Do not let that go to your head. Because at the end of the day, having that freedom and flexibility of being documented and being able to move about without restriction nowadays, without fear. Because that is the biggest thing I'm seeing, is people are so afraid. People are constantly calling me and like, hey, what's going to happen? Yeah. And I wish I could tell them, because the reality is it's really only been 2 weeks since inauguration, and it feels like 2 years.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cesar. Thank you for checking in. I know you got to go to court. I appreciate you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. An absolute honor. I've been listening to Power 106 since I was a kid, so this is absolutely a dream come true.
That's so awesome. Look at us. Look at us.
And thank you, Cesar.
I know these are tough combos. These are combos you